No word from Araya? Welcome aboard, Pilot Sage fans. This is Pilot Sage. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning here at Vancouver International Airport. We are currently going to be flying in a Dash 8 with the WestJet livery. We'll be heading down to PDX for the afternoon. Really short flight today. Got some things to do on this Tuesday to prep for this evening for personal life. So we'll be doing a short test flight today, trying to get some of the tearing issues situated with the stream. Pat Dog, welcome aboard, sir. I know you're kind of going to be in and out, but welcome anyway. I am just getting a couple things finalized here as we get ready for our flight. Our call sign for today is going to be WestJet 224. We are on the Vatsim network, so if you do wish to join us, you may hop on in, fly along with us. Unfortunately, there's no air traffic control this morning. Hopefully someone will pop in sometime, maybe as we're in flight and as we approach PDX. Although I wouldn't count on it. Seems like traffic on the or control out of on the west coast here has been a little light as of late, especially during the week. Usually flies in, starts filling in Thursday to Friday. That's okay. Still like to have other people flying along if you're interested in doing so. All right, so let's start getting this aircraft powered up. We're going to head into the cockpit while our passengers are boarding. And we are going to start our checklist. And then get our ATIS information and figure out how we're getting out of here. So those guys can go. Okay. Let's get our batteries turned on and our bus tied in. Generator 1, generator 2. And the main tie is on. That should give us avionics. We are not going to get into pressurizing the aircraft. Let's get our FMS plugged in here. Okay, so let's take a look at where we're flying. Actually, first, let's get our ATIS information.
Vancouver International Information Charlie. 1700 Zulu weather. Wind 280 at 13 gust 23, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 3,700
We've got
scattered,
fairly clear skies today.
5,800 scattered, temperature 19.
Altimeter -3017.
Altimeter 3017. Arriving runway 26 right, departing runway 26 left.
Okay, we're going to take off on 26
Advise
left.
on initial contact you have Charlie.
Oops, wrong. There we go. Alright, so 3017 on the altimeter. Let's get rid of the yoke. It's almost always in my way. Okay, 3017. And let's get our heading bug set to 260-ish. It'll need some adjusting once we get on the runway. I think it's actually 261, so let's give that a shot. I don't think I have my nav plugged in. I need to get that plug-in back working because that's really cool. You can look at the airport. So let's take a look at it in the in-game map. And so 26 left is here. So we're going to taxi out and just come to the end here. Take off over the ocean. Okay, so let's get our... I don't have any standard departures, so let's see if we can find one. Let's take a look over CYVR SID. And it's just a fly straight out, it's just a vector out. And then on to YVR, which is... Alright, so let's take a look at our planning here. So we're gonna... One of these does have YVR, there it is. There we go. Alright, so let me show you what I'm looking at here. That's our route for today. Pretty straightforward route. See, it just takes us in via the Helens 5, which then we would vector in for our ILS approach, or visual approach on a day like today. We'll get the Helens 5 plugged in once we get up in the air. The standard FMS does not have SIDS and stars on this plane, so we will have to plug them in manually. It's definitely an update I'd like to see if we did it. We could always plug in XFMC, but sometimes I like to just get the routes plugged in and get underway. Just momentarily, let's get back over to our view. There we go, and I'll get back over to the stream so I can chat with y'all. Alrighty, so let's get this programmed in. So first place is we are at the airport. C, Yankee, Victor, Romeo. Next, and we are going to YVR. See, VOR, I think. And then we are going to go to SEA, which is also a VOR. I'm not worried about altitudes, I'll control that manually. And then we're going into Helens 5. So we'll get that programmed in once we're up in the air, find it and program it in. It's pretty straightforward. If I remember correctly, you just take Helens down to Battleground and then you break off to whichever direction you're landing at. So we'll need to get ATIS information as well. See what's going on here. I got a buddy texting me. Apologize. Okay, hold on. I do need to respond to this. Sorry, there's some work stuff going on. Just give me a moment. Sincerest apologies. Try not to do that, but we got some stuff going on at work today, so I told them I would be available. Okay, back to what we were doing. We are programmed in, so let's get back to our chair. I think we're going to use the in-game air traffic control to let people see what that's like. Hopefully it doesn't fly us into a mountain. So let's get that. We'll get that going here pretty soon. We'll get clearance. Let's get our clearance. We're going to go from CYVR at 21,000 feet. And our route, no SIDS and stars, will be that. And we'll probably cancel it back once we're in the air, but we'll see. We'll just leave that option. Well, so that way it knows which way we're flying.
November 62890 Charlie Yankee Victor Romeo altimeter 3017.
Charlie Yankee Victor Romeo altimeter 3017 November 62890.
November 62890 cleared IFR to Kilo Papa Delta X-ray as filed. Maintain flight level 210 squawk 4700.
Cleared IFR to Kilo Papa Delta X-ray as filed. Maintain flight level 210 squawk 4700 November 62890.
Okay, we'll come back and request taxi after we get powered up. So bus ties are in. Let's get the pressure gauges, get the engine intakes on. Let's get the APU fired up. APU is on. Okay. APU's on. Pressure packs are on auto. Both packs are set to auto. Packs, auto, auto. So we want second position, believe, for auto. And then we want normal, and we're going to make sure those are off for now, and the recycle fan is on. Alrighty, caution and advisory lights, let's test those out. There. Look good. And I'm going to set air bleeds to off and minimum now, which I think we left them off. Yeah, we want those off. And that open, sorry. Let's see, we've checked our instruments, they all look good. Circuit breakers don't actually work. Position light is on. Oh, we don't need those on right now. Okay, before start, gonna get our emergency lights are armed. Fuel quantity, what are we doing for fuel? PSI is hot. Our pressure's hot. Why is our pressure hot? No. Brake pressure is good. It's this little guy here. Power levels, that's why. Fuel off. Disconnect. Oil pressure. Okay. Off. Departure. Okay, we don't need to start yet, so cancel our warning lights. We'll see if something else comes on later. Put her in taxi mode. Alright, so let's call out and get our departure. Request taxi.
November 62890, runway 26 left. Taxi via Echo Delta. Hold short of runway 26 left.
Runway 26 left. Taxi via Echo Delta. Hold short of 26 left. November 62890.
Echo Delta. So let's get our push back. Probably should have pushed back first.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Better pushback. Let's start our pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
We are ready to start, so once he gives us the go-ahead, here comes our tug. And in some cases it interferes with the scenery. That's okay. Someday I want to get a tug cam, be able to go like... Oh, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be really cool. Alright, control. How do I program that?
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Set parking brake.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to set the parking brake? Oh, actually. Let's make sure our parking brake...
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Look at that, it's rolling us up. That's so cool. I love this, a better pushback utility. It's really good. You know, it's lifting us up off the ground. Look at that.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Start engines. Here we go. Looks like there's somebody else with us here at Vancouver. We are gonna start number 1 or number 2. Give her some fuel. Engine 2 is going. So let's get engine 1 started. Some fuel in there. That is so cool. Alright, we'll watch him once he... Engine number 1 is on. Pressure gauges are coming back to normal, so that's good. Let's see, we are started. Let's get the seatbelt sign on. And we are anti-collision, should be red. And should have done that first, actually. APU bleeds. Off. They are. Okay, once we are started, we can turn the APU off now. Bleeds on and minimum. We are still pushing back, so that's our next checklist is after pushback. I love this pushback utility. It's really cool. And we got our nose cam now, so we can track what that unit is doing. Such a cool add-on. Alright, we're going to go into taxi mode.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay. We are pushed back. We're going to set our parking brake, and he is going to bring us back down.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
And you can see by our cam, he's setting us down here back on the ground. And you'll actually get a different tug. So if we were like in a 737, you would get a bigger tug, one of the other kind of tugs. He's going to take off here off to our left, call out, tell us to have a good flight.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Hand signal on the left, copy, buy you coffee when we get back next time. Have a good day. Try to stay out of the heat. Alright, so we are good here. Now, after pushback, we are going to set our condition levers to max, and we are going to set there, our throttle is there, brakes are on, and flaps, we are going to go flaps 1. Got a nice easy flight out of here today. Auto feather is on. Let's go to our center console. Auto feather is on. Fuel pumps are on. Standby hydraulic pump. PTU is on. Rudder, I'm sure we have full travel. Let's go out and look though, just to be on the safe side. Rudder is moving. Control surfaces are good. Back in the cockpit, turn on our taxi light. Taxi light is on, taxi mode is on. We don't need ice protection. MFDs are still looking good. PFD and MFD transponder is on. Alright. Brakes one more time. Check. We're now in taxi checklist. Altimeter is set to 3017. TO power rating is top. It doesn't actually work. Flying controls, free and clear. Anti-collision. So that's next checklist is lineup. So we are clear to taxi. Let's get on our way. Yeah, just a little bit of power here. Still no ATC on Vatsim. Oh, you know what though? There is somebody here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brake. CVR. CYVR traffic. Taxi 26 left. Oh, I'm on the wrong radio channel here.
Vancouver International Information Delta. 1700 Zulu weather. Wind 280 at 13 gust 23, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 3700 scattered, 5.
We get back underway. Clear right, clear left. The default sound's always over squeal. Not going that fast. Alright, we are taxiing out. I know there's another guy, or there was another guy. He may already be airborne. Looks like he's airborne, maybe. Yeah, he's already in the air. Oh, haha. Shh, don't tell anybody. Your pilot has not been drinking today. I must have pulled on the wheel when I went to look up, or I wasn't going straight, one or the other. Your pilot is sober, I promise. Right, he doesn't drink. Maybe he's having a stroke, I don't know. Start slowing down here, and we'll get our radio back up. I'm actually going to push this over into the other screen. You guys don't necessarily need to see it. And pause. You're not seeing anything right now. Why are you looking at my... That's weird. Maybe it has to... Oh, I know why. Where are you? This guy is now... There we go. Alright, we'll just use it over here. I don't know where it's taking us at the moment. Oh, there it is, okay.
November 62890. Contact tower on 119.55.
Contact tower on 119.55. November 62890. Tower, November 62890.
November 62890. Fly heading 250. Runway 26 left. Clear for takeoff.
Heading 250. Runway 26 left. Cleared for takeoff. November 62890.
Okay, we're clearing the skies here. Very slow lineup. So we are cleared for takeoff. Line up. We are going to go collision white. We are going to go landing and flare lights on, taxi light off. Pilot static switches are on. Flight taxi mode, we are going to switch to flight. We're going to check for caution and warning lights. We are good. The taxi light is off. Get our heading set. We're going to get our nav mode set. And we're going to get our course set. It's just not going to let us. We are going to set our altitude to 20. Now let's go up to 5,000 first. Yeah, somewhere in there should be good. Okay. And then we're going to go vertical at 1,200, about 1,000 feet per minute. And we're going to fly heading. Once I hit, we're going to have the yaw dampener on. And away we go. Center panel still lit. Okay. Get some airspeed up here. Oh, we are drifting something. Getting pulled right. That's a little odd. Full power. 120. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Whoa, what's it doing? Autopilot should have taken over. Why didn't it take
November 62890. Contact center on 133.7.
over? There we go.
Contact center on 133.7. November 62890. Center, November 62890.
November 62890. Charlie, Yankee, Victor, Romeo. Altimeter 3017.
Charlie, Yankee, Victor, Romeo. Altimeter 3017. November 62890.
I must have not actually got the autopilot turned on.
November 62890. Fly heading 160.
Heading 160. November 62890.
November 62890. Fly heading 100.
Heading 100. November 62890.
Okay, we are climbing at 1,300 feet per minute now. ATC is vectoring us around the airport and bringing us back onto our navigation path. Let's finish our checklist. Flaps should be up to 0. Bleeds on and normal. Climb power to 900 RPM. Should be about there. Climb power set. Altimeter to standard. We're going to leave it because ATC here freaks out on the online. So if I said altimeter normal, it's going to keep bugging me to climb up. Ice protection don't need. We can turn our hydraulics off. We can turn our fuel pumps off. And we can turn our auto feather off. We're going to get a heading change.
November 62890. Fly heading 150.
Heading 150. November 62890.
November 62890. Resume on navigation.
On navigation. November 62890.
So we'll go into nav mode. Okay. Once we get to
November 62890. Contact center on 124.2.
Contact center on 124.2. November 62890. Center, November 62890.
with you.
November 6-2.
So obviously we would be
Charlie Zulu Bravo.
Seattle Center, WestJet 224,
3017.
climbing out of 4,000, coming out of 6,000 for 21,000, because we're cleared, or we're sort of. Alrighty. Alright, so let's start getting our arrival plugged in. Oh, let's get the arrival plugged in, so let's take a look at that. We are going Helens 5, Portland Airport. Diagram, Portland. We need... Oh, you know what? I've got that up over here. And let's give you guys a view of what I'm doing. Alright, so let's go. We want that guy. Okay. So we're going to go fix Bravo Umbrella Whiskey Zulu Oscar, and then we're gonna go, and at that we want to be
November 62890. Contact center on 133.7.
Contact center on 133.7. November 62890. Center, November 62890.
November 62890. Kilo Oscar Romeo Sierra. Altimeter 3017.
and we're gonna
November 62890. Contact center on 124.2.
Contact center on 124.2. November 62890.
normally they wouldn't. We're just gonna cancel IFR. That's gonna get annoying. We are gonna do a fix. Once they transferred you over to Seattle, they wouldn't transfer you back and forth between Vancouver and Seattle. At least I don't think they would. So back over to Helens. HEL and Sierra. And from there, we're going to go to Crater. Fix KR. We're going to be below 13,000 and above 10,000. 8. And then we're going to go down to Hiker. HYKER. YKER. I'm going to leave it there for now. See if we can figure out which way Portland is landing. I'm pretty sure they're landing 22 right. know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Okay, we are up in the air, cruising along, up to 21,000 feet. We are at 21,000. We're at 12,000 feet. Probably end up coming right back down as we get to 21,000 feet. But that's okay. Nice clear day. There's us flying around up there. Looking pretty good there. Alright, so we are gonna end up flying right by the Seattle airport. In fact, we're gonna fly right over it, I believe. Hopefully we're high enough by then. We are climbing pretty good. We should be over 18,000 by the time we get there. How far away are we? We are 10 minutes away. 1,000 feet per minute. Oh yeah, we'll be up at altitude by then. Our speed's dropping a little bit. So usually when that starts happening, it looks like we're okay at the moment. When the airspeed starts dropping, I'll start pulling back my vertical climb a little bit. As the air thins out, the props don't get as much bite. I could change the bite on the prop, but I try not to overwork the prop too much. If I bring this down even more, I can add a little bit. I don't like overworking the props. There's no need to. We're climbing pretty good, and we'll start slowing down. But that's okay. Just got to keep an eye on our speed to make sure we don't slow down too much. We are at 16,000 feet. No controllers online yet, unfortunately. It's a lot more fun when there's controllers. I may actually have to invest in Pilot Edge. I don't know. It'd be nice to have constant control, and there's some cool things you can do with Pilot Edge, and that is, you know, the controllers work with you to get various ratings, and looks like we just loaded some new weather. Start looking for a weather plugin, maybe. Trying to keep plugins fairly light. I want people to see what the game's like out of the box, with a few plugins that maybe upgraded a little bit that are free. Trying to stay away from payware plugins, although that might change. This is definitely a payware plane by FlyJsim. It's great. Q400. If you like flying turboprops, this is certainly one to check out. We will pass, probably not within visual. There's Rainier, or that's Whistler, I think, behind us. Rainier will be up over here somewhere once we get closer. We may be able to see it today, we may not. Looks like there's some cloud cover. Definitely will pass almost right over Mount St. Helens. Should get a view of Adams from there as well as Mount Hood as we come in for a landing. My guess is Portland is landing. In fact, I could actually listen in right now. Got a little app on my phone. In fact, I can do it from here. Let's go to Live ATC and see what's going on at PDX. KPDX approach. We got ground and tower, so let's we'll just do all of them and listen to what's going on. Usually, unless it's really busy, it won't be too chaotic. Alright, well, we will launch it in an MP3 player then.
Right, taxi Tango Kilo, Victor, and Alpha.
Tango Kilo, Victor, Alpha, Street, right, Southwest 466.
Cessna 55 Lima, what are you looking to do after the mister? You think, is that one a full stop or you don't know yet? Okay, thank you.
Two 8 left. So we're going to go in 2-8 most likely. Usually the game's pretty close, especially when you're using real weather. So we're going to assume 2-8 left and get prepared for that. So that would, from Hiker, would take us to Liquid to Susun, Susun to Shine, Shine to Nancy, Nancy to the airport. We would head into our ILS at that point, or RNAV, depending. We are approaching altitude, our cruise altitude. Nice clear day up here. Let's go sit in our passenger seats. Scenery's pretty good for default X-plane. We are leveled. Should level us off here. There it goes. Get us a little cruise music. All right. We are, where are we? We are almost to Seattle. We got 30 nautical miles, so that should be up here on our left. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of right around in here. Right there, I think. It's one of the fields. That might be Boeing. There's airports all over the place here in Seattle. I'll slowly keep upping the stream's quality. Right now we're at I think 512. Let's work our way up to 720. I can't do full 720 at the moment because I'm using a TV for a monitor at the moment. I have a smaller side monitor, but it looks nice, but it doesn't work nice for flying. I don't particularly like it, so over the next little while I'll be upgrading my monitor. We are actually going to fly right over Seattle, so I'm betting that is it right there, this big empty square. Yep, there it is. There's all the runways for SeaTac. We're going to fly right over the airport. Still nobody on Vatsim. We are flying. There's other people flying around. No controllers, though. Once we get PDX on our map, should be soon. There's Rainier. There's Mount St. Helens. So the next load should give us PDX. We'll get the radio up and see if we can start getting ATIS information. Till then, I'm going to put us on that channel radio-wise. ATIS is 12835. How do we... Oh. That's why. Huh. Yeah, should get our Unicom back on. And then go to 12835. And there's right off there on the left, see Rainier coming into sight. A little bit of haze around it today. We can always deprogram it. I am at this point going to zoom 28 right. So after Hiker, we're going to come under 9,000 feet, and we're going to go down to Liquid L, QWD, Quebec Whiskey Delta, LI, Fix, Quebec, India. No. My brain's not working. Fix. Lima, India. Quebec. Whiskey, Delta. And at that, we got to stay above 6,000 feet, and we're gonna head down to 6,000. We're gonna go to SSSUN, Sierra, Umbrella, Nancy. And I think that leaves us at 108 degrees. Let's take a look at our charts here. Take a look at the 2.8. Oh, sorry, you guys aren't seeing what I'm doing. Take a look at the 2.8 right ILS or RNAV. Let's take a look here. Which ones do we have? Arrival, instrument. 2.8 right. And we could do, let's take a look at them both. We got our nav option. So ILS, we're going to come in at Shahar. Let's continue on our nav maybe. Let's see what happens here. Down to Nancy. Yeah, let's just do our nav. So we're going to go, oh, we just passed Seattle. So we're going to go to Suisun. And then we are going to Cheyenne, SH, Y, and Echo. And then we're going to go to fix of when we should be down to 3,600 feet, about 4,000 feet once we hit Cheyenne. Nancy, NACIY, and Alpha, Charlie, India, Yankee. We're going to switch over to our nav. Nancy. Let's see, what does it give here? Climb right. So our miss approach is a climb right to 600, and then 4,400 direct to Betel. And we're going to start our descent on the localizer 2,000 feet. And 118.7. Tower. ATIS. Portland approach. It's the tower. OMZ. Toe lock. And airport. It keeps us lined up. I'll end up taking over manually from there anyway. We'll figure out what our ILS number is. Localizer is 10.5. 110.5. So we're gonna Alright. We are already cooking here. There's Mount St. Helens. We're gonna be, where am I? 8 minutes to crater. That one's a 6-minute. There we go. I guess I gotta check my radar too. Alright, back. Let's get you guys back to seeing what I'm seeing. Go. Got our flight computer all plugged in. There's Mount St. Helens. There's Rainier. No visibility. Largely because of my computer, not because of the actual visibility. If we had actual visibility, you would see atoms there in the distance. You can kind of see the silhouette, and you would actually be able to see part of Hood as well. Potentially even other mountains. Okay, stream looks good. Have a little bit of music playing in the background. We are getting ready to start our descent. We should be able to start our descent. Oh, we just switched to crater, I think. Oh, no, we're not quite to Helens yet. Once we hit Helens, we're going to start our descent, so let's get our altitude down. Let's see, a boost. We need to come down to 11,000 feet. In fact, we should probably already be our way down, so we're going to hit 11,000 feet, or just above. So we got to stay above 11,000 feet to crater, and we actually need to start coming down, so let's do a pretty... We're going to go down pretty heavy because we're late. I wasn't paying attention. So descent checklist, ice protection no, brief MSA speeds reviewed, set. Alright, so we are on our descent. Probably doesn't need to be that drastic. So by crater we need to be, so in the next 5 minutes we need to be below 13,000 feet. We are 1,500. 3,000. Yeah, we should be right about there, so that's good. We'll be back on track. There's Adams off in the distance. Rainier behind us. Adams. Helens. Hood will come into view here shortly. And I do have our little chart up on the side. I don't care about that. I just know I need to be down to 3,600 feet by Sun, and by Cheyenne we need to be down, from Cheyenne to Nancy we need to start down to about 2,300. I think that takes us in right by the Troutdale Airport. I'm going to bring that chart into a separate window. My plan is to switch between this plane and FS Economy. So typically I would land this plane in Portland and then switch over to do a short FS Economy flight. Today I got potentially have some other plans, so I don't know if that's going to happen today. I got some things I need to do today. So from here, my plan is to take this Dash 8 all over the place. We'll probably fly it down to South America, and then from there maybe back up the coast, west or east coast of South America. I haven't decided yet, but we're gonna have some fun with it. Fly this plane around, put some serious miles on it. Next flight will probably be down to San Jose, and from San Jose we'll probably head into Mexico somewhere. Maybe down to Brazil. still no controllers online that I need to check in with. Things are looking sharp. Let's see, we are getting close to the crater point. Should be right as we're approaching the mountain here. And let's see, Helen's. So we're okay. We just need to be down to crater. By the time we get to crater, we need to be under 13,000 feet. I think we should be okay. And above 10,000, we're going to then descend from, at Hiker, we need to get under 9,000. From Hiker, we need to go down under, above 6,000. From Sun, we need to be at 3,600. And at 3,600 till we get to Nancy and begin our descent. Our final, rather. At which point I'll switch over as we turn. After the Nancy turn and we get lined up, I will let the RNAV line us up, switch to ILS as I get to an approach that makes sense for me, because I like to manually land the aircraft. Mount St. Helens. I can actually attest that Mount St. Helens is really cool. You can get up here on this Johnson Ridge Observatory. I think there's actually a plug-in for that. And they got some videos you can watch, and you can actually get a really good view of the mountain. It's really cool. If you get a chance and you're in the area, you should check it out. Mount Hood will start coming into view here shortly. Let's see. We should be getting ATIS information. We're going to turn to crater now. See if we get our ATIS.
Portland INTL information Delta. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind 280 at 13 gust 23, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 28, dew point 3.
Altimeter 3015.
Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left, 03, departing runways 28 right, 28 left, 03.
Alright, we're good. So again, one of the things I always try to do is keep my heading bug the direction I'm going, in case I get a call out from ATC and they want me to change course. Portland International is right up about here. We're kind of flying pretty much right at it. We'll make a turn here. There's Mount Hood there off in the distance. Continue on my descent here. Ice protection, no. Fuel pumps need to go to on. Hydraulic pumps on standby. Pressure's good across the board. Brakes are good. No cautions on the panel. How are we doing here? We are at 11,000. We are at 13,000. So we should be below 13,000 when we get to crater, so we are good. Just keep going on our descent. After we cross 13,000, just want to make sure we don't cross below 250 at 340 knots. We are actually cooking right now at 412 knots on the ground. It's probably a little bit of a push for this aircraft, but as you can see, we're well in the red. In fact, I'm going to throttle back just a bit because I should have pulled back when we were descending. That's the problem. It's weird, that's not on the checklist. I should probably put that on the checklist. Okay. We are ready for approach now. We're going to land. We're going to be making our turn at crater. We are under 13,000. We're going to go an altitude set at crater. We want to go down to 9,000 at Hiker. Once we make our turn, I'll reset that. Start bringing our speed back. I'm sure along here I actually didn't check the speeds. There's probably a slowdown in there somewhere. Normally we would program all this stuff into our flight computer, but I was being lazy. I'd rather get up in the air. Then we got to go down to 9,000. And at our next, let's see, next segment is liquid. We need to be above 6,000, so we're going to continue down to 6,000 from here. Just above. There's Portland Airport over here. Looks like there's somebody on Vatsim, but they are not on transponder. We are going to land to a right. Doesn't have his transponder on yet, but you can see he's on the ground there. See his lights blinking. We are on our way to Sun. We need to be above 6,000. We're not coming down fast enough, so let's get our descent on. And we need to be at 6,000 by Cheyenne. We're going to make a turn at Sun. Make a turn again. Yeah, this is taking us in pretty close, actually. A lot closer than I normally come in at. I normally come in over Troutdale. Oh no, this will take us left, so. Got a little bit of turbulence. It's okay. Seatbelt sights are on. We're coming down to our altitude here. It'll level us off. Airspeed's a little high, we're speeding. Speed restriction is an airspeed restriction. I just like to stay well below it, but I'm going to give us a little bit of speed here. No speed restrictions listed. Making our turn here shortly. No controller yet, but that guy is now visible. Now we are going to head down to 3,000 from there. There's Troutdale Airport in front of us. More airspeed. Nice shot of Mount Hood. Adams there again. Helens. If you are in chat, I will be back with you shortly as I get kind of lined up here. See, landing, we got ice protection, we got landing gear, flaps, bleeds. We'll get our bleeds set here shortly. We're going to bring ourselves down to, once we level off here at 3,000 feet, we're going to bring our speed back to 200. Start bringing it back now. Go ahead and increase our props a little bit. Give those props more bite. Getting an overspeed on the prop. Okay, let's get prepped for landing. Get our landing lights on. We are going to get our bleeds to minimum. We can get our flaps started down.
2,500.
We'll get our gear down once we line up. Props are back in order.
2,500.
We are not at 2,503. It's lying. Alright, so as we turn, PDX TRFE on final, 28 right, 10 miles. And let's get our localizer turned on. Boy. ILS 10.5. And we are going to take our autopilot off. My aircraft. Landing gear down. Flaps 10%. We're going to trim down now. Whoa. Little bump there from the air. Yeah, let's see. Gear bleeds are on minimum. Landing and flare lights are on. Collision light should be red, so let's check our panel.
2,500.
Red. Still on a pretty good descent. Ice protection off. Pilot stack switches to off. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong checklist. I'll turn those back on. We should be white. Alright, I'm gonna focus in here. Glide slope looks good. We are a little low. I think I've got the radio for 2.8 left. I don't want that. I'll just manually land the aircraft. Flaps 15. Airspeed down to 160. Trim down a little bit. Confirm gears down. A little low. Gears down. Yeah, whatever reason I grabbed the wrong radio. I'm on 2.8 left on the ILS, but that's okay. I don't need it. It's plenty clear. B737, takeoff runway 28 left. Whammy IBM F370, going to flight 37,000 feet.
$500.
500 feet. Always bring a slow angle in on the dash 8 so you don't tail drag. So always come in a little under the glide slope. Once we get close to the runway, I am being pushed really hard to the left here, so I'm going to have to kind of crab this landing. 100 feet. Deuce power. Nose slightly up. 50 feet. 40 feet. 30 feet. 20 feet. 10 feet flare. Touchdown. Okay, we are going to tango over to we'll get ourselves over to the gate, our gates, and technically we're international, so we probably should be over on this side. But I like parking over in the Alaska area. Oh, welcome aboard, M. Cultra 62. Apologize there, I was kind of getting situated. Been playing FSX for a while, but I want to switch to P3D or X-Plane. Which one do you recommend? Well, I haven't played P3D, so I can't really speak to that. I've watched some of the other streamers do that, and it looks pretty cool. The one thing that I've heard, and that I don't know, but that I did hear, is that P3D there's a lot of pay for things. So you pay for the application, and then there's a lot of things that require payment. I don't know how true that is. I could be completely false. As I said, I don't own the product. I like X-Plane. We're going to do a little zigzag here. We are at Portland International Airport. I'm taking a shortcut. They wouldn't actually send me through here. They would send me out to the main taxiway. Oh, looks like I lost you. Oh well. Apologize if I dropped you, MKU Ultra. I was in the middle of some landing and prep procedures I actually forgot to do. I got busy talking in taxi mode. That should be red. I get distracted easily. Some of the Alaska planes, and get over here with the other props. Now normally, because we're coming in from Canada, the international gates are actually on the other side. We wouldn't be able to park here unless we were just you know, the airport was really full or something. If it was really full, they might take us over here and then shuttle the international passengers back over to the customs area. But that's a rarity. Alright, let's get parked. Alright, guys. Can't set the emergency brake in here, which kind of don't like, but that's okay. Let's get her all shut down. Alright, we are just about ready to close out here. Let's see, someone just joined us, it looks like, maybe not. We are on our way out for the day. I have some errands I have to run today, so thank you for joining. Let's get the extra video going here. Pause that. I'm going to exit us out, and then hopefully we'll see you all next time. Till then, have a good day. I will be around in chat until the close of the exit sequence. Big shout out to Pat Dog, always seems to jump in when I come on for a little bit. Appreciate that, sir. See you in the next time. I'll try to do some streaming in the evening one day and hopefully catch you at that time. Hopefully I'm not screaming too much into the mic.